Anyway,
No,
that
like
should
seriously, I like there's like
be
filters and
better.
stuff. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Because like
I
on,
get
but
what you were trying to say,
because like
but
this one, I could change the color and it'll change the whatever. Oh, look, that looks. Wow, wait, I don't like that. Okay, you like Kyle.
oh man, I have no idea how loud this is going to be. Actually, you know what? Let me turn it down. Everyone's just looking at this gray screen. Ta-da! That's not that bad. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre. Is show where everything in entertainment news is discussed, and it's brought to you by the good folks over at Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. I am Kyle Malone, obviously having some technical issues again, but this time more because of how late I was up getting today's big early evening Star Wars news ready. So yeah, at 1600 or 1600 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm military. We use the 24-hour clock like the majority of the world. I'm not saying America needs to move to it because I'm not even a metric system guy except for certain situations. But anyways, 4 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. There will be a big reveal, some pretty exciting news. I'm not gonna say we've been teasing 3 properties that it's potentially related to, and I'm not gonna say which one, but yeah, guys, it's a good time to be subscribe to our YouTube channel, have lrmonline.com bookmarked, and even follow us on your favorite podcast apps, Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that stuff. We're there. We're free, not behind any paywall. Hopefully we can get you guys some merch one day. Let us know some like ideas, famous quotes or something. Anyways, I'm done housekeeping. I'm joined by Manny. What's up, bud?
Hold on a second, I'm busy. I'm just kidding.
I like that. I like
Nothing much, man. It's Friday. I'm excited.
that.
Today finally the world gets to see Candyman, which is gonna be
Yes.
dope.
And that's kind of cool because we haven't done a Friday Frights in a while. Boom, fancy Friday Frights graphic coming in the future.
How
Maybe.
we've been doing Friday Frights forever, and you still don't have a graphic
I
for it.
know, right? I know. I need to get
You don't
off
have a
my
Tech Tuesday one
ass.
either,
Oh, what?
or you don't even have a Text Tuesday or Box Office Mondays, or I don't know what we call that
I
one.
know. I know, and I
We
got
don't
our
have a slick name for Monday.
we have a fancy background now though with our cool LRM yellow and black smoke in the back, so that's fun. I'm working on it. Yeah, man, Candyman. I'm seeing mostly positive reactions to it. I don't want because I like the original. I kind of like the mythos, and I want to see what they're doing with it with this whole idea of like a resurrection, repossession type deal. So I don't want to reveal too much. But you've seen it already,
Oh,
maybe?
Candyman?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Okay.
whatever reason, my brain went to what we're talking about, what's going on later on on our
No,
site.
not that. We're done
And
teasing that. 1600 on our 4 p
for
4 p.m.
yeah,
at
no, for like three
Eastern.
seconds, you just sounded like Charlie Brown's parents, and
Sorry.
I was just heard, you seen it, and I was like, seen what?
Nah,
No,
Candyman.
yeah, I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
And what'd you think?
So my reaction to it's a really well done movie. Uh,
Good to
if
hear.
you like Jordan Peele movies. So we have Us, we have Get Out. It could because it's in that same style, it's in that same vein. But now, what he had done before was create original horror movies, which really hit right. They did very well. So now he's taking an established urban legend like Candyman and bringing it to 2021. And it's funny because they said it's a spiritual sequel to the 1992, the original first movie,
Right.
nothing else. But this feels more like just a sequel.
Mm.
Like it takes the lore of what happened with Helen and with the baby and with the bonfire, and it builds from there. because they tell the story. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But the difference now is so he adds a couple of different layers to it, and kind of him and Nea Costa, they really polish it up, and I really what I think is the strength of this movie is they got the right actors for it. Um,
That's
um,
always a good thing to have happen. I mean,
right.
you could have a really great story, but the wrong person in place can really ruin the
It, it
flow.
I think it has to do with also with the fact that because Eddie Murphy was originally they wanted him for Candyman for the 1992 part, but he was too short,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I went with Tony. And so that when you bring a um I can never remember his name right. I always just want to say um Black Manta, Yahya Abdul Mateen II,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just really big. He's imposing. So as he's going through the film, and he's kind of like having to deal with all these visions and stuff, he's really impending and really um big. And then they use this. They seem to use the same classic being for Candyman. I will say that's the one part that took me out just a little bit, is that and this is just a very fine nitpick to it, is that I was like, oh, that's CG'd. And I think that moment when I noticed it is when I was like, I notice it. But it is not that it's bad at all. And I thought that it was super interesting the way that they show off the character anytime he's something's going to happen. It's a little different, and it makes you really pay attention to the screen. And I think that was the one thing that I at the end it took me out just a little bit, was the fact that you're paying attention so much to the entire screen as to what reflection maybe you're going to see Candyman in, that I
Mm-hmm.
think you could have added a couple of more jump scares, and to really just kind of just add a little bit more thrill element to it. But the message is really clear and very well done. It's a Jordan Peele type of film. And
Yeah.
if you enjoyed the other ones, you're gonna enjoy this, and you're gonna enjoy the fact that it's a continuation from something from the early '90s, in the same vein that you have a Freddy, that you have a Jason, and this one really speaks to some of the horrors that you see in some of these areas. And I say that because I watched West Oakland get gentrified. I watched some of these places that happened to it over a couple of decades of living there. So when I see what they did with the Cabrini Green neighborhood, and in this story, that building, that tower
Mm-hmm.
that Helen had been visiting is gone now, and now there's like luxury condos there. Everybody's kind of been pushed out. It makes for quite the compelling story overall. So I really enjoyed it. I really hope people enjoy it. And man, it's funny. I never thought Jordan Peele, while watching Key and Peele back in the day, was was gonna be
Key.
this kind of master storyteller in horror, and at the same time being able to deliver compelling messages as to the horrors of real life, and being able to balance them out very well.
It's all being comedic minded, man. I think it really helps out. Comedies might be like the very first coping mechanism, if you will. Like
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
can see us as beings literally looking for um literally looking. It looks so good, man. And yeah, bad CGI can ruin things, but it does look really entertaining. um so comedy allows us to process things, and it really helps. But you get there and you get these dark comedic twists in ourselves, often stress, trauma. I'm not saying that necessarily Jordan Peele had trauma, but those types of things can really lead people discover the joys of comedy as a way of coping, and then along with that trauma and stuff like that, you have a lot to draw on to do horror. And people that are really dark into like dark comedy, they're really able to make that transition. I don't know why I'm highlighting random words. It's just nerves, I guess. But it's really cool because, like we mentioned, the guy that's doing the Halloween and Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends movies, McBride, him, another funny guy, you know, goes and does this horror movie. And while I wasn't the biggest fan of 2017's Halloween or 18, whatever it was, Halloween, it was good. And Halloween Kills looks really, really intense. Hopefully they didn't give away all the best kills in the trailer. But yeah, I'll say this is the deep cut type of nostalgia I've been talking that I'm still okay getting, because we haven't seen enough deep cuts, and it hasn't been done two or three times. Batman, Spider-Man, and I love Spider-Man, and I love Keaton's Batman, and I'm excited to see it. But yeah, man, I'm stoked about it. It'll be fun. The kid goes back to school next week, or not next week, the week after, and then, dude, the wife and I could go see movies again.
Nice.
You know, the rated R movies, we could go see those while he's in school, because we have a theater that normal operating times weekdays is like 1 p.m. So you can sneak in a good two-hour movie before you gotta go grab them. So we'll see. I'm excited. Yeah.
It's I will say this though. I watched the new one, and I had not watched the old one before. And then so we went back and watched the old one. And man, for 1992, that is a very, very artistically done film.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think that's a smart move, because we can oftentimes get expectations set in our when we view something that's original, and I don't necessarily, because you and I won't approach an old movie with the graphics are bad type mentality, but for us, we might almost hold it higher because it's older, so we expect more of it than we do today. So I think that's a smart move. What do you think that benefited?
Actually, for me, it did, yeah, a little bit. You're right, because I'll go to like a 1984 Ghostbusters and be like, how did they do that? How did they do that in 84? What is this? And so then you learn a little bit more about the creativity that the filmmakers had to come up with to make some shots happen. And then you find out that it's like it's a variety of things put together, almost like a MacGyver thing, where to make a shot work. And that is so impressive. And it's something that they don't have to deal with now, because things you just are able to build them digitally, and you don't have to worry about trying to practically make it.
Nope. Thankfully. Yeah, man. The cool thing about, I'll say this about entertainment, and horror suffers from it. There's no new ideas on Earth. Anything and everything that could be thought of as far as like stories and twists, and whodunits and why is it happenings, have all been thought of before. It's all about how you repackage it, how you make it your own, and how you can make it relevant to something, whether it's relevant to a pop culture icon like Michael Myers and that legacy, or it's relevant to a socio-economic issue like gentrification. And you mentioned how it seems to play a part in this new Candyman movie, or at least imagery of it, reminding you what happened. That's the cool thing about horror, and it's like that double-edged sword where you're like, man, I wish more people could get into this, because there's there's so much entertainment and so much you can get out of it, and it opens up opens up a whole new world of entertainment, a new genre in the genreverse. Like you like that? It's almost as lame as my segues to ads, but yeah, man. But with horror movies comes the fact that you're gonna have to deal with some scares, and not everyone can deal with that.
Dude,
So
sometimes I can't deal with it.
I know,
But
right?
I have to. And that's the thing. And to be honest, I think the two modern day pioneers in horror have to be James Wan, and as well with Jordan Peele in their approach to filmmaking, and to how they present us different stories. James Wan was able to build a horror franchise, which is so difficult to do,
Yeah.
because you have, it's hard enough to make it with popular properties like superheroes, hey hell, or popular monsters like they tried on Universal. But
Yeah.
he was able to make compelling stories enough, and characters you cared about, villains that you wanted to see again, or entities, I guess. I don't know if you really want to call like Annabelle a villain or whatever. Which the movies weren't necessarily, some of them weren't necessarily very good, but because they were part of that larger world, larger franchise, you cared about them, and I found that to be very interesting. And Jordan Peele was able to take just real life horrors,
Mm-hmm.
and turn them up, turn the volume up, and give us some great stories. He already has another horror movie that's planned out for next year. I don't remember what it's called. I saw a poster for it.
Is that
And
there was one that's untitled. I wonder if that's it, or maybe it got a title recently, and I'm not
oh, it's called
remembering.
Nope. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, then that one already has stars like Daniel Kaluuya
Mm-hmm.
and Kiki Palmer, Stephen Yuen. So I'm like, all right, we're doing this. This this one sounds good too. So
I would also throw in. I know he's more on the studio side of things, but equally important. You can't forget Jason Bloomhouse or
oh, I
Blumhouse,
am so sorry.
however
Yeah,
you want to say it.
absolutely. Yeah.
And I would also kind of throw in, especially for the indie scene, Roth, from Eli. Yeah, Eli Roth. I was trying to make sure I say the right one. Eli, right? Yeah. Yep. Because then you got the gentleman that plays Abomination in the MCU, and is in Reservoir Dogs. Now I can't remember that Roth's first name, but anyways, he did Hostel and Cabin Fever and Green Inferno, the cannibalistic jungle tribe movie, and
Oh, you see, I won't watch those.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's in that
Yeah.
more in indie side of things. And he did Knock Knock. I know you said you saw it with Keanu Reeves, where the like girls knock on his
That
door
movie
to
was
like
terrible. Absolute
torture
garbage.
him. But you saw it. I'm just letting you know, like
Oh, okay.
he's that indier type guy. Green Inferno's pretty hot, and Cabin Fever and Hostel are both cult horror classics that
Yeah.
everyone talks about to these days. And those came out when I was like in high school, going to Iraq. So yeah, like 03,
I,
4, 5.
my I think one of the best horror movies I've seen lately, and it's not even a new one, but I had never seen it, is a Hereditary, by Ari Aster. It's a A24 film. Jesus freaking Christ, man! There's a scene where the mom is crawling up on the wall. Is one of the it is, and then like I don't. There's a lot. There's a lot. That movie's heavy, man. It is so good. Uh,
Hereditary.
just it is one of the it
Someone
is
else
one of the
recommended
best
that.
horror films I've ever seen. And
Nice.
then which led me to watch Midsummer, which isn't necessarily as
Oh
great,
yeah,
but
that's not
but
great.
artistically it was, I thought it was still, visually it was very, very good.
Yeah.
But
Although I would say it went a little gratuitous in a couple of key scenes where it's like, yeah, I get what you're trying to do, but that right there, that's a little much. So,
Yeah, but what you're saying a little bit earlier though, that you were kind of run out of ideas. I feel like horror a lot of times, and some people obviously break the barriers, but horror to me is almost like a roller coaster ride. It's literally the same track at every park.
Mhm.
There's just that they're positioned a
The
little bit
theming, yeah.
differently. But and then and the idea is the idea is about the same for every ride. It's just it's packaged differently.
Mhm.
Maybe the track is above you, maybe the truck is below you with nothing. Maybe you got to stand up.
It's
And
a
but
Batman
you
ride
enjoy
here
it.
and a Spider-Man ride over there or
Mhm.
something, you know?
You
Yeah.
you enjoy it. You enjoy it nevertheless. And I feel like that's kind of the case for horror, where it's like yeah, we've watched 5 Scream movies or whatever, but you're gonna go watch another one. You're
Yeah.
gonna or Michael Myers is a perfect example of why everyone's hyped for October, even though they've seen him a billion times, and guarantee you he's gonna do the exact same thing he does every time, and we're okay with it
Yeah.
because it's fun. So that's kind of how I approach it sometimes. It's like I'm going in not to criticize the fact that I'm seeing something that is the same, but just for the fun ride, for the entertainment value that I've gotten over the years with the different characters.
Yeah. Well, it's very very fluid. It's very cool. It's I dig it, man. I do.
Yep.
We good on horror? Something else? Candyman? Anything related to that?
I think we are good. Just
Good,
yeah,
man.
and theaters today.
Yeah, guys, do check it out. Check out Manny's. I showed it on the screen earlier when we were taking a look at the trailer and stuff. Please do check out his write up review on lrmonline.com, man. I was I was looking at our potential next story and it's a doozy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm it kind of sucks to do this with the SEO, but we have to talk about this. So after the commercial break, there's going to be some spoilers for Doc Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You're probably not going to be able to avoid these for long, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're trying, please do check us out next week. But if you don't care, stick with us and we'll see you in about 25 seconds.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for hydroponic grow supplies, product systems, and more. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Thank you so much, Grow Generation, for sponsoring this show, this podcast, and many other shows and the website. Please do check them out. Let them know LRM Online and the Genreverse Podcast Network sent you guys to go check them out. So, a while ago, we started getting leaks about Spider-Man and multiverses and Spider-Verses and stuff, and people, rightly so and annoyingly so sometimes, started wondering about the Fox movies and the Fox properties. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of angry at all of you for wanting that. So let me explain what's going on. Doc Strange Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man's or Sony's Spider-Man universe, and the Fox universe are all getting borrowed from. We are hearing and apparently verified by the big time scooper Daniel Richtman that Professor Xavier from the Fox universe is going to be in Multiverse of Madness. Now, Kyle, do you hate Patrick Stewart? No, I love Patrick Stewart. He's freaking hilarious. He's self-deprecating. He's everything a good Star Trek actor should be. He's on cartoons doing voice acting. He's American Dad and Simpsons stuff, and uh uh he's a very cool guy, and I like a lot of next generation stuff. But Manny, do you remember what it was like 5-6 years ago, maybe a little bit more, when the Fantastic Four was coming out, the last Fox version of Fantastic Four, and everyone's whole thing was, fuck the Foxmen, FFOX dash men, to cover Fantastic Four and X-Men. Give the rights back to Sony. Give the rights back to Marvel. Sony, give the rights back to Marvel too. While you're at it, that'll never happen. Do you remember all of that? Like, everyone hated, and everyone's big thing was, I can't wait for Marvel to get a hold of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and do it right. Can't wait for Marvel to do it right. And now all of a sudden, the only thing people seem to want to do is grab the stuff that they used to say was trash and be like, give it to me. Yes, I love it. Let me wash in it. Like, I don't get it. If it was trash before, why isn't it trash now? If you,
I think you got a little bit. I think you got the message wrong, Kyle. I think what they want is just the characters themselves, not necessarily the actors.
No. I'm digging into comment sections and posts, dude. It is they want Jackman. There's literally people going on Twitter discussing about why it should be McAvoy or what's his name, and should they recast, and Chris Tapley, I'm not sure on that name, a writer maybe into the scoop scene, has this going on, it's cool, it's funny, like I get it. I don't want to accidentally spoil anything for anyone, but yeah, man, I don't know. See, damn, I wanted McAvoy. It's literally, and it's not just this property. And again, I'm not saying that anyone's wrong for wanting. Everyone's entitled to want what they want. I don't get the X-Men movies don't hold up at all. Like, they don't hold up. They hold up worse than the Raimi Spider-Man films do in my mind, because I watched them all last year. Yeah, last year, and God, it was awful, man. And I don't get it. I don't get how you could hate some. And I don't mean you don't like it and something grows on you. You legitimately could not wait for it to be erased. And all of a sudden, because of a couple of years of nostalgia goggles being put on us, it's all we want. And
sorry,
what's next? What's next? Evans back as Johnny Storm.
I had sorry, no, I had missed the the 50 Cent thing. I didn't realize that Patrick Stewart was in the back. Sorry, I'm like fucking Doug sometimes. Squirrel. Anyway, dude, like, I think it's also just they maybe these a lot of people don't feel like some of these people got the right shot. Like, they had to deal with certain writing and certain directors maybe they didn't want to work with, and now like with the Feige behind them, with that Disney conglomerate right behind the giant, they feel that maybe they can thrive a little better. Hell, I love James McAvoy as Professor X and Michael Fassbender as
First Class is the best out of them all in my mind.
I think which one's my favorite?
Days, probably.
Days of Future Past is my favorite. And then I would not be mad if Nicholas Hoult returned as the Beast. I thought he did.
If he would
fine.
Stay in fucking Beast mode.
Well, I mean, part of the movie was his identity crisis, where he didn't know how, which way to go, and that's not his fault.
I know it's not his fault. I don't know about that. Maybe the actor was pulling a Lawrence and like, no, I want my face seen.
Nicholas Hoult does not have that kind of power at that time.
I know, and he's great
to say that.
He's amazing in the Great, the show about Catherine the Great, where he plays the Russian emperor.
He's a really good actor. Yeah,
I love it.
So, I mean, we already saw that they integrated Quicksilver real quick. So there is nothing to say that they will not do that with the same.
Okay, sure.
Is he not the actor, and was he not playing Quicksilver for a minute?
He was not playing the Evan Peters Quicksilver at all. At no point.
But was he supposed to resemble him?
No, it was a complete troll. They even admitted that it was just a troll.
Yeah, but is that what they wanted people to think?
Ugh.
Exactly. Thank you. The only one I wouldn't want back, I'm gonna be honest with you, is just Jennifer Lawrence. They can bring back everyone else. Except also you're gonna need to do if you you had the right character, I mean the right actor, but you need to repackage Apocalypse again. So if you did Apocalypse, fine. That's one of my favorite villains because he was just so fucking OP. And yeah, I honestly, Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. Yeah, let's do it. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman in everything except Reminiscence because that was confusing.
That's it. I'm now Dr. Cox on Hugh Jackman. Fuck Hugh Jackman in all known and unknown, discovered and undiscovered universes. Yeah. You've done it, Manny. Congratulations. You've pushed me over the edge. I now line up with Dr. Cox from Scrubs on Hugh Jackman. Fuck you. Anyways,
Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, man. He's the one who kept that franchise going.
The movie Wolverine, but God, he's not that comic accurate. Not again. I understand not his fault, and I'm not even talking about the height. Like I know some people care so much about that. Would it be nicer to see him a couple of inches shorter than Jackman, like 5'10", maybe, like average? Sure. Is it a killer for me? No. For me, it was just the tiptoeing around him. And then the fact that we had to deal with X1, 2, 3, origins, Wolverine 2 and 3, Days of Future Past, 7 of those movies are his, dude. Like,
okay.
No, there's more. They didn't do Gambit right. They couldn't freaking do Kitty Pryde right. She did okay in one of the movies. The second one, I think it was, or was she like the only good part of the third one? I don't remember. No, it was Days of Future Past where she was used briefly. Anyways, like they screwed up Angel, and he's like an original freaking member. They don't give us any good beast ever. Like that's what I'm saying is like all of them are a mess. You could be like Kelsey Grammer was a great scientific beast and a great voice for beast. And if you did a CGI beast similar to what we saw in the cartoon, I want Grammer voicing him. Now that's kind of like a recast I could support because it wouldn't be
so now you're picking and choosing.
No. I'm saying it wouldn't be that beast though. Now, if they tried to bring in Grammer as that beast, no, I don't want it. Even for his voice, no, I don't want. Those movies were trash. And doing this is something Brian brought up. And since you're a comic book fan, I kind of want to get your take as well because he's a big time fan. You're a big time fan. I'm a big time fan. You and I both know how dangerous the multiverse territory when you open it up in comics, how dangerous that is. That's why you have Secret Wars 2015/16 because of delays. That's why you have Crisis, Infinite Earths, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Final Crisis, Rebirth. Like all of these things happen because eventually the timelines get stale. The what if stories that are really cool that you make a tangent, a side universe or whatever, it all gets confusing and you eventually have to do something to kind of reset it. Do you think that this was done on purpose with these two companies to get to a reset point? Or opening the multiverse to connections? Like that's the dangerous part. It's fine when you have Ultimate Universe and 616, but when you start doing this, that's when things get confusing, and that's when you do a crisis or a Secret War or some event to separate, reestablish status quo, whether it's new multi-universes, and then you go straight lines until it mixes again, and it's an endless cycle in comics when you open the multiverse. So with the movies doing that now, are you afraid of that same thing happening? And why do you think they've went with this decision now, doing an open multiverse? Does that make sense?
Because they're dealing with the properties from 3 different companies: Disney, Sony, Past FX.
Right, and Warner Brothers doing their multiverse too. I'm just saying, in general, a touching of multiple timelines and franchises.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Marvel in specific.
Not just the.
Oh, dude, DC does that all the time. Like it's like, yeah, it's not. They've already done it on the Flash, on the TV show. They're gonna do it on the other one, on the movie. So, like, honestly, if they're not messing around with the multiverse, it's they did Crisis already, for Pete's sake, over on the CW.
But that didn't really reset too much. It actually had a bunch of different outcomes and set up different shows that are now in different universes, so they can continue.
Well, yeah, but what it did is kind of what you're saying. It put everything in order.
Right.
By the end of Crisis, you knew where everything was and why it was, and so that way you can stop asking questions. Mm-hmm. It even had Ezra Miller's Flash showing up, and so you realize it was great. One of the multiverses.
Yep,
it was one of the greatest scenes I've seen, just because of the way they were able to. It's even better. I think that small scene was even better than Samuel Jackson showing up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
and much bigger deal. Anywho, I think for Marvel, though, they had to go this route. They have too many things going on at once, and especially because I think they're going to be letting Sony do their own thing with Spider-Man going forward. They have to kind of this Sony's, which is why now they have a word for it too. Was it Sony's Spider-Man universe or whatever it's called? And so they're gonna, I think in the next few years they're gonna be doing a little bit more of their own thing, and don't expect too many MCU characters on that side. But what I think they'll keep working together. But they don't necessarily need him for the next batch of films. So they have to establish where that's going. And now you have incoming properties. You have properties that should have been established already for many, many years, which include the Fantastic Four, and also, of course, Professor Xavier and Magneto and the X-Men, because you can't just all of a sudden have X-Men show up out of nowhere or say that something that Thanos did awoke something, because that would never work. So having a multiverse creates the perfect storm of, this is where this came from, this is where that came from, and then you're able to move forward and continue on with stories the way you want it. And then hence the introduction of Kang the Conqueror.
Interesting.
Even maybe Silver Surfer. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. This last little bit of this whole thing before we talk about leaks in general, and not what's in leaks, but leaks happening and how often they've been happening for Marvel recently. The idea of the Illuminati has been brought up for a long time. Namor all but officially confirmed for Wakanda Forever, which now that they're putting in the Namor and Atlantis stuff, I'm not sure I dig the title, but maybe it could work. I don't know. We'll see. But because right, it sounded really, really good and great, like a big and inspiring loss of King T'Challa type deal, trials for the new king and or queen or whatever. But now it's like okay, so you guys are going to still do this broader story. Anyways, for Professor X, Captain Carter, dude, which I know you were just saying how much you kind of wish they could do more with her recently,
right?
And then Balder the Brave, who I was just looking up, is an Asgardian. I didn't quite recognize the name. Monica Rambeau and Baron Mordo. So it's like X still there. I guess Mordo replaces Strange. Maybe Monica's the Black Bolt, and I don't in before you guys go at me for things like that. It's because she's cosmic, not anything else. Captain Carter, who do you kind of see her at? Because I'm thinking Balder might kind of be the Namor replacement. Who else was on the Illuminati? Oh, Richards. Yeah, I could kind of see her in the Richard. I could kind of see Monica on the Richard side too, because she was scientist and worked for Sword. Yeah,
Why
I
do they
kind of
have to
dig
replace
it.
characters kind of type by type?
What's that?
Why do they have to replace characters type by type?
Because dude, X and then Mordo and Ball. No, dude, that's obviously they're amalgamizing things. They're playing plug and play, and it works because that's the whole point of the Illuminati and why they were brought together is their individual powers and spheres of influence, and those powers and spheres of influence create who those characters are. And so you got to still have a makeup of the team that makes sense on that level. And the best way I could kind of compare that was to compare them to the like one of the most well-known versions of that group. Why are you questioning me, man?
Because that's what I do.
Does that make sense? Did it pass your whatever? I lost what
I'm gonna say yes, even though I'm gonna shake my head no.
Oh my god. Oh, come on. I just helped out a lot of people that have no idea anything about the Illuminati and might not know some of these lesser known names while I've got other names that they might know more to compare them to. It's called being a good host. Fuck you, dude.
You know what's good? You know what's good? Hugh
What?
Jackman is Wolverine. That's what's good.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why?
Huh?
What was good? What was so comic like? What was even 90s cartoon like?
Why does it have to be? This is a
Because that was
cinematic.
Wolverine.
It's the cinematic version of Wolverine. That's what it is. Plus, it'll make it so that we can get that Deadpool Wolverine moment that we've all wanted for so long. Let's be real. That moment would be
I don't
all
think
hype.
they will ever be on screen together because I think that's the joke. Like I think Reynolds would want to keep that. I would want to keep that going. Like keep it where you never ever see them. Like maybe even do it to where you show that it's actually like a composite image, like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. You thought we were on screen together.
The
He's
best
in
thing
Sydney.
would be if
I'm
like
in Vancouver.
Deadpool walks out of a room and like Hugh Jackman walks in, but that's all we get.
I could see something like that, yeah.
And then it would be
or a bit where like Deadpool's somewhere and then Reynolds and Jackman are there as well in like a celebrity event, you know, something like that. But I don't know. I'd kind of dig them never being there to it'd be kind of funny. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, let me ask you something. I think we talked a little bit about it, but what's the shoot? Wow, oh my god, I can't remember his name now. From Doctor Strange, his right hand man.
A Wong, Benedict Wong.
Is Wong the new Stan Lee in Marvel movies?
I don't know.
And he's like never actually doing something. Well, actually he did. Well, he was beating the crap out of Abomination.
Yeah, I was gonna say he helped rally the troops for Endgame and
he's always doing something, but he's always like just are they always gonna bring him like, hey, what's up guys? I'm busy, and then he's out
because of the no way home. Don't cast that spell, and then leaves.
And then he just leaves. Yeah, and then Doctor Strange is like, cast the spell, got it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's fun. I
will say something that I think you were gonna talk about anyway.
What's that?
Stuff like this with how's my audio, by the way?
You sound all right. I can hear you fine.
Okay, because I just realized that microphone's not connected.
Oh, you've been on the what you call it? The webcam mic.
On the stupid train.
That's all right.
Anyway, leaks like this though,
Mm-hmm.
does that take away from our movie experience?
For
Like,
me, 1,000%, 10
I
billion.
mean, same here. Well, the thing is, like, we're in this business already,
Yeah.
and we know what we're getting into. It's kind of that, with great power comes great responsibility, and also great spoilers.
But it used to be a little different just when I first started here just 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Jesus, 2018. Yeah.
It's like, is that something you really want to reveal? Like,
So we're about to reveal some news today at 4, but it's not like
no,
this.
but that's something that would come into the trailer.
Exactly.
Something that would come that's not
This
like
is
a Han
going to come out. Yeah. This
yeah, it's
is
not like a
not a
Han
big
returning to Fast and the Furious, which was supposed to be kind of a surprise. Well,
right.
they ruined it themselves. That was
And
stupid.
I don't even think this is necessarily a like hold strictly for trailer reveal, but yeah, definitely this is by the time a trailer comes out, you're gonna know
You'll know.
this type of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. This
But
X-Men multiverse and Illuminati stuff, however, is a bigger deal.
I
You're
think so.
naming characters that are going to be on a specific team. Like, I don't know, man. A few years ago, we kind of had it like split. Hey guys, there's this spoiler. Whoever wants to cover it, you can, right? And like Cam, he had things he didn't care about being spoiled. I had things I didn't care about. Like I'd read DC spoilers, but I wanted to try to preserve some stuff from Star Wars and Marvel. Now, man, you can't preserve it, and it sucks because even when you give out the information, so many others share it. When you give out, like if you go to LRM online, you generally don't see any big reveals, any big spoiler images for a few days until it's out in general knowledge and whatnot. We'll try to keep images and keywords hidden, but others, man, they just share it out in the open. What do you think about all that? And what do you think's going on with Marvel and all of the leaks?
I don't know.
Happening?
Well, I don't know. It's real interesting because DC has a ton of things that they're working on. You don't hear nothing about them. And say what you want about Sony and Spider-Man, but you have no idea even what's going on with their release schedule. That's how tight it is. But yeah,
but
man,
we do know a shit ton about Spider-Man. But no Way Home. We know almost the entire story. So
well, yeah, but now we even have trailers and everything for it.
Well, yeah.
But that's huge. But yeah, Marvel used to not know nothing, man. And it seems like maybe they have some disgruntled employees now.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I posited this question to a couple others, and I said, do you think this is related to the movie releases? Is this? I'm not saying anyone's been paid to sabotage or anything like that. This is all more than likely the act of individuals acting of their own volition, accord, whatever word I'm supposed to use there. We're making no accusations against any, but I do wonder, is it related? Disgruntled workers, like you said, is it someone that's just tired of secret? Is it someone that's been selling information? Someone in money straits? Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter because none of us are being responsible. And us, I mean humans, are being responsible once we have that information. Think about a few years ago. Most people would try to not tweet out a spoiler the night of a show's release or a movie of the night of a movie's release, but today, dude, they're posting, hashtag John's not dead for, the latest drama on AMC, and you're like, oh my, I hadn't seen it yet. Congratulations. I really thought John was gonna stay. I'm making shit up, people, but I thought John was gonna stay dead. And now it's ruined. I don't know, man. I've had movies ruined for me, and it does not hit the same in theaters when you know it's coming. And I love it when a good surprise hits, when I don't see something coming. Love it.
I agree.
Anyways,
100%.
So what we're trying to say is, if you are sharing leaks and rumors and things, try to give people some warning. Yeah.
Don't put it in your damn title.
Don't put it in the title. I hate that. And also don't be like, oh, but by the way, spoiler warning, because I got you to click on this thing because it's one thing and I tied it to the other thing, playing 6 Degrees or 6 Ways to Kevin Bacon or whatever it's called, and now I'm spoiling something completely unrelated to you. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Edit that shit out. Come on now. I do like 6 to 8 shows a week by myself. You can edit your fucking slip up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking us out today on the Daily COG of Genre. We do this every Monday through Friday on the YouTube channel and our podcast network, available on wherever you get your podcast from. Check out lrmonline.com for all your entertainment news needs and opinions. Please do see our I see when I start having to list things, man, brain. Please do check out our social media and follow us, so that way you can check out whenever we announce big things like what's coming up at 4 p.m. about Star Wars today, 4 p.m. Eastern. And of course, we have a whole bunch of celebrity interviews on our YouTube channel, as well as all of our wonderful podcasts on Marvel, Star Wars, anime, Breaking Geek Radio, the podcast, our Big Friday show, longer form. All of that's available. Manny, any interviews you want to talk about for from this weekend, or coming up?
Coming up, I'm like I mentioned before, I'm going to have the creative team for What If. So I'll be checking out some new episodes this weekend. And also I have the director, writer, producer for the new show that Shauki just dropped a trailer for yesterday, Doug Days. Really fun because he is also this screenwriter for Up, and the voice of Roz from Monsters Inc., which is really cool. More than anything, I want to give a shout out to also the news that we didn't talk about. We should have, but it slipped my mind also. Marvel is developing Werewolf by Night Halloween special with the Latino lead. So yeah, that's gonna be good. And then check out Geek's Twitter page, as he has reactions from all the stuff he saw. He's very excited about Top Gun Maverick, which I am dying to also see, and some of the other presentations he saw. So super excited. I'm sorry?
It said because I was inverted.
Inverted?
The line from Top Gun when he's talking about how he was able to, identify and all that shit. How could you do that flying?
Oh yeah.
He's like, because I was inverted.
Yeah, good ass movie. I love it.
Yeah. That would be an on the actor side only. That would be an amazing interview to get to talk to Tom Cruise, and I'll just leave it at that. From a entertainment standpoint, his movies career exclusively, I would love to pick his brain.
Yeah. So
anyways, yeah, thanks guys so much for checking us out this week. Please do see all of our other shows, and yeah, we'll talk to you Monday. Have a good one.